Hail Trove. This script is a hypothetical exercise in creating a persuasive argument and does not represent the views or opinions of the author. The hidden motivations behind Russia's attack on Ukraine. In February 2014, Russia launched a military intervention in Ukraine, annexing Crimea and supporting separatist rebels in eastern Ukraine. This action provoked international condemnation and resulted in economic sanctions against Russia. But what were the motivations behind Russia's attack on Ukraine? Was it simply an act of aggression, or were there deeper, hidden motivations at play? One of the most widely cited reasons for Russia's intervention is the idea of protecting Russian speakers in Ukraine. Putin has repeatedly argued that ethnic Russians in Ukraine are facing discrimination and persecution, and that it is Russia's duty to defend them. And there is some truth to this claim. Ukraine has a large Russian-speaking population, particularly in the east and south of the country. Many of these people feel culturally and linguistically closer to Russia than to Ukraine. The ousting of Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych in 2014, who was widely seen as pro-Russian, and the subsequent rise of a pro-Western government in Kiev, triggered protests and demonstrations by pro-Russian groups. However, the protection of ethnic Russians in Ukraine is not the whole story. Russia's attack on Ukraine is also driven by geopolitical and economic factors. Ukraine is strategically important to Russia, as it is a major transit route for Russian gas exports to Europe. The loss of Ukraine to the west would be a significant blow to Russia's influence in the region. Furthermore, Ukraine's potential membership in the European Union and NATO is seen as a threat to Russian national security. Putin has long viewed the expansion of Western influence in Eastern Europe as a direct challenge to Russia's sphere of influence. Ukraine's integration with the West would bring NATO troops right up to Russia's borders, which would be seen as an intolerable provocation. Finally, there are economic motivations behind Russia's intervention in Ukraine. Russia is heavily dependent on its energy exports, and Ukraine is a major transit country for Russian gas. The loss of Ukraine would result in a significant loss of revenue for Russia's energy sector. Additionally, the annexation of Crimea gives Russia control over valuable Black Sea oil and gas reserves. In conclusion, Russia's attack on Ukraine is driven by a combination of factors, including the protection of ethnic Russians, geopolitical and strategic considerations, and economic interests. While the protection of Russian speakers in Ukraine is a legitimate concern, it is only one part of a much larger and more complex picture. The conflict in Ukraine is a reminder that in international relations, there are rarely simple answers or easy solutions. Thanks for watching.